Aquarius, welcome to Gracie's Gamut. Today I will be doing a general reading for you. It is not a personal read, but take what's for you, leave the rest, and stick around long enough to find out the difference. Also, it is timeless. When you see this or feel this energy, feeling like you want to watch the video. When you see the video, take that from that point in time to a few weeks out as well. We're going to start off here with the wisdom of the oracle for you, for your oracles for today. See what guidance you might need, something you might need to hear. I feel like a harsh truth, something about a harsh truth for someone in this reading. We have clean it up. Clean it up. Anything else here for Aquarius? Clean it up. Anything else? Okay. Here and now. Okay, okay. Clean it up and here and now. I feel like for somebody they need to get rid of all the extra stuff that you have on your brain, that you're thinking about. The here and now, working on things now for future goals, for future gifts or positive things that you want to come in. You may be needing to clear, I feel like someone trying to manifest things into their life, really taking this route for the first time. Watching videos and maybe going to seminars or doing online seminars with people who deal with energies and manipulating energies, manifesting energies, getting the things that you want, beginning to believe is what it feels like. But you need to clean up any excess negativity that is within you at this time. And focus on here and talk about here when you say you have money, you have wealth, you have happiness, you have prosperity. When you're trying to manifest in something, it's crucial to already feel like you have it, already put that persona on with yourself that you have these things. Now that doesn't mean go and spend a bunch of money you don't have or that you can't afford to, but it means like, okay, I'm putting this few bucks aside every week or every month, whatever, depending on what your income is, and saying, oh, this is for, don't just set it for like it's a goal for the future. Act like you have it now. This is my money for my this. This is my money for my that, you know, whatever it is. But I feel like someone has to clean up some stuff. Someone has to get rid of some more negativity in their life. For someone in a relationship, I feel like needing to get rid of all that negative stuff that may have happened in the past with someone. You may be restarting a marriage or a relationship. Not that you ever may have never split up, but bad things have happened up until now. You were both young. You did things. Each of you may have did things and now you're trying to clean out everything. Get rid of the negativity so you can start anew and not worry about what happened in the past and be in the here and now. We're going to read from the book for you guys on that energy. And I'm trying to pull out the Queen of the Moon book for some reason. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to pull a Queen. Seems like maybe there's something in there for someone here. Something more to elaborate on what we're already talking about, possibly. Acceptance. Interesting. Acceptance here as well. Guess I will be reading from that book after all. Accepting the way things are now, but you don't have to accept that that's how it's always going to be. You know what I mean? You don't have to feel like that's how it's always going to be. Accept somebody for who they are. And I feel like somebody just keeps bringing up a past event on someone within a relationship. All right, we have the number 21. And it is clean it up. Essential meanings: getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. The Oracle's message: ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? Also, too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Your relationship message: time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours, to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. Prosperity: simple things like opening your mail, paying bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. Interesting. And we have 32. Here and now. Essential meanings: being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Relationship message: it's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now. Whether you have the relationship you desire or not, tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware in this moment. As you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Turn to Spirit to feel the joy and love in the here and now. Your prosperity message: what you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not to meeting the goal in the far-off future, but on creating your dream now, releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. Yes, that's pretty much what I was already saying and what I was already feeling from this. Don't focus on the fact that I want that. Say I have that. I have this much money for that. And just and try to keep yourself in that mode where it's, I'm going to have it. You just know. You know, you're not going to let anything and don't get yourself in that situation, because I've done it in the past. So I know, where you try to save money for something and then you try to save too much at a time. You see what I'm saying? And then something doesn't get paid, or something, you're like, you think you're going towards your goal, but now you're like, now I got to use some of this money for that. But if you put aside only what you really can afford to put aside, it might take longer to get what it is that you want. Puts it off a little bit, but it still comes. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're going to go to the Queen of the Moon with acceptance. Accepting somebody for who they are, possibly here. Accepting a situation for what it is. Acceptance of the current situation is the first step to change. The past does not exist. The future hasn't happened. There is only right now. When we examine our lives and engage in some truth-telling, we are often confronted with what really is. This realization is powerful, but often we reject this truth if it is too hard to hear or too hard to bear, or we are afraid of accepting something so difficult. Each of us has at some time has dodged our blind spots and then had the illumination of what actually is eventually confront us. What we do next is crucial. Do we accept exactly where we are, no matter how painful or confusing, or do we retreat back into our illusions and remain stuck or unchanging? Choosing to accept ourselves fully and the position we are in enables us to take that next step towards growth. When we plant our feet solidly into the earth and say, yes, here is exactly where I am and I accept this fully, then we can take the next steps confidently, honestly, and powerfully towards where we now wish to head. Accepting the way things ended up. Possibly about a relationship or about a decision you made about money. It may not have went exactly as planned. I feel like someone focused on money and let love go. Focused on your career, and you could have had both. You're realizing now you could have had both. At the time you thought that, letting love in would distract you so much that you couldn't get done maybe a school to accomplish your goals, or working on your business or your idea. Maybe taking that little bit of time, realizing now that taking that little bit of time away to go on that date when they asked you, or go out for coffee, or whatever it was that you did, or that they asked you to do, you put them off, and now you may have missed on that love opportunity. But remember that opportunity will present itself again, and not to linger in that negativity too long here. Cleaning up that area. All right, we're going to get in the body of your read, Aquarius. Ooh, flipping right over here, we have the Empress. First things first. I feel like a lot of you are busy creating a new life, wanting something more, wanting more financial stability, wanting love, wanting a better love. This may also represent creating a new life as well. Not just your life, but another. Making something out of nothing. Okay. We have the Fool in the reverse. On a steady path, I feel. You know the path that you're trying to take here. I don't feel like it seems like a lot of you are feeling cluttered, like you're not sure that what you're doing is the right thing, or you know what you want, you know that you're heading in the right direction, but I feel like it's kind of like self-doubt, like letting self-doubt come to you. Am I doing the right things? I do feel like you're focused and you got your feet on ground, that you know where you're going with this Fool in the reverse. You're not stepping anywhere that you are unclear of what's going on here. I feel like that partially that has to do with a relationship where you know that you're getting into something that's going to take a lot of work, or you're trying to recreate love with I feel like the same person, a husband, wife, whatever, whoever you're married to. It feels like there was some bad times, but you're trying to refurbish that love, creating something new from it. And you know which direction you want to go in here. You know you want to be with this person, and you know that they are set on fixing whatever has happened, or mending the relationship here. But I feel like somebody does have to let go of some things from the past, some things that were done or said. It's hard to do that, but I feel like that's where this clean it up is coming in here. All right. I was looking at that and I was thinking about Six of Swords, and there it is. This energy is all together, mind you. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. Someone began to step away from a situation. You almost left. I feel like Someone may have been lured by someone else away from your partner, with the indication that there would be a better relationship than what you had because things weren't going so well. And it was like the sparkly thing, you know, the sparkly new thing. All that glitters is not gold. You got up close enough to the situation to know that this person isn't your person, isn't your other, you know, the person that you originally had was the better model. Put it that way. And we have the Six of Wands in the reverse as well. That's really implying to me that you tried to step away from a situation, possibly a relationship. It could, if it was about employment possibly, or a career, you may have felt like you wanted to go try something else. But you're finding that the first situation was much better. Not, the other might have more money, but you're miserable. You realize that that's really not what you want to do. Ace of Cups in the reverse here. Yeah, I feel like someone turned away from a love, an original love. Things went sour for a while, but that opened doors for people to come in and try to tell you how they could treat you better and all that. But I feel like there was flirtatiousness going on. There was, and it might have been at your, I'm feeling like I'm combining this work and home, because it might have been at work. Somebody, you might have tried to, maybe just, at the time you meant to just confide in someone else. You felt like, wow, and then it began to be like, oh, I'm so easy to talk to. They started doing seeing you feeling bad and gave you that hug, you know, in the parking lot. And it just began to be like a connection, so you thought. And then you find out that this person isn't, it's not really like that. It's not, this person isn't exactly what they presented themselves to be. And now you've made a mockery of your relationship, possibly. That's how you feel. I don't think you did, but I feel like that's how you feel, because people may have saw this going on, and now you're trying to fix it, though, because you realize that you love the person that you were already with. You have Justice in the reverse here as well. This is about balance, being out of balance. I'm thinking maybe this person was a Libra, that you had this, I don't know if you actually had like physical contact, as far as, you know, sexual contact with this person, but I feel like it was enough to where emotions were involved a little. So that kind of is, you know, I feel like that is like, and don't get me wrong, everybody has their own opinion. This is just my opinion, guys. I feel like if you spend time that you could have been spending with your person with someone else, the same kind of time you used to in the beginning of your original relationship, that's cheating. I'm sorry. Because you gave them your energy. Once you start giving someone else that same energy you gave them, it's being unloyal, disloyal, whatever. But I feel like, but like I said, that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion, and I appreciate that. So you have this Justice in the reverse. I feel like this may be a Libran that you were having this extramarital or extra, spending this extra time with. I do feel it's in the reverse, like you decided that this wasn't for you. You weren't ready to change the circumstances, and it didn't seem as, it wasn't as great as what it seemed. Once it was fun while it happened, I feel, but you now are focused on loving the person that you were with. You realize that that is worth way more. All right, let's see what else we have here for Aquarius. What else does Aquarius need to know at this time? Please and thank you. Okay, another wad of cards here. I had a glance at the bottom of the deck, and excuse me, I'm feeling like I have to show you. We have the Two of Cups here, overshadowing the read. This is a lot about love. This is a lot about reconnecting with an old love or connecting with a new one. An offer of love coming in here. I feel like after an incident that you were involved in outside of the relationship, remind you, take it as it resonates. Your person still wants to be with you. Your person knows about it. They may have known about it all along. They still want you to stay. They still want to work with you on your relationship. Okay, this energy is together as well. We have the Eight of Wands. Very, very nice. We have the Magician. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse as well. Let me make sure I say that. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. And we're ending on the Strength card here in this energy. Yes, I do believe that there is a very positive outcome coming in here. This person, the person that you had the original relationship with, is a gift here. This is something like more love than you would ever thought you could have. I do feel like, I'm going to put this up there. I feel like you didn't have all of the necessary information with this in the reverse here, because the Magician in the upright, see, he's got all of what he needs access to know what he needs to do, what he needs to work with to make a future, to manifest things in. And I feel like you were clouded. I think you were clouded at one point. Things weren't going well, or you weren't feeling as connected to your person, so you stepped outside the relationship. But you're finding now, I feel like you didn't have all of the information, all that you needed at your disposal. You have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. This may be you turning away from your person as well. Pulling your heart away from them, being, how can I say, I don't want to say standoffish, being, I don't want to say neglectful either, because I don't think you meant to do what you did. At one point, you felt like they weren't paying enough attention to you. They cared about work more, maybe. They didn't want certain things. They may have told you they didn't. I feel like saying they may have told you they didn't want a family. They didn't want to have children. And you took it as that they don't want to have children ever, but they meant that they didn't feel like the home was stable enough yet. And you started feeling like this person. Then they started talking to you like they used to. But it was exhaustion for them, I feel. It was and then they may have heard about someone flirting with you at work as well. They may have heard this or overheard you talking on the phone, or saw some messages, whatever. I feel like they knew, and that's why they were being kind of standoffish with you. And I do feel like this is part of this clean it up. You need to open up and sit down and have a talk with your person. Or maybe you did, and that's why this is this energy is coming back in, where I'm feeling like this renewing the old relationship. You have the Knight of Swords. I do feel like this was you going all willy-nilly, talking to this other person, using the energy that you used to talk to your person with. Page of Wands in the reverse. I feel like pages are messengers, or energy that enters a situation to, and with the wands, I feel like it's something that grounds you. It creates growth and connections that create growth. It's in the reverse. So I feel like you understanding, or you realizing that whatever this other person has, or their qualities, just they're just not that other, they're just not your person. Wow. You thought you were trying to find more affection, more romance, more passion than what you were having at home. But in the reality of it it was a mistake. I feel like there was a mistake made, but your person wants to work with you on it. And some I just got this feeling that someone is pregnant. Someone is pregnant after you had an affair. Someone is pregnant after they had an affair on their significant other, and there may be a question about who the child belongs to. In the midst of all of this that has happened, this person still wants to be with you. They still want to stay with you. Strength. Becoming more clear. Your mind becoming more clear. Learning who you can trust your future with now. I do feel like you realize that this person isn't, this extra person is not the one. I feel like that's why these cards are all turned. Once you got all the information, I feel like there was a conversation had, or there will be had, with your person that clears this air, that lets you know why they were acting the way they were, or it just feels like cleaning the slate, and just dealing with what, don't worry about the past anymore. Deal with what's happening now. Because I don't know if this, everybody, I always say, everybody is in a different piece of this energy. You know what I'm saying? You could be coming in here watching this video, and this is what you're in the middle of right now. Or this could be something that happened in the past, and it's just, I feel like it's just a recollection sometimes of what has already happened, and maybe there's things you need to look back at that happened at that time to help you for, move forward. I do feel like there's positive energy here, though. This happened. Everything happens for a reason, and it may have been to solidify the relationship that you already had and bring in positive energy here for the future, knowing that that's the person that you wanted to be with. Okay, we're going to pull some cards for clarity at this time for Aquarius. A little bit of clarity on this situation, please, for Aquarius. What else do they need to know? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. This could be a no if someone asks something. I don't want to say that. This could be no, or a negative, or on the negative side of something not happening if you asked if something was going to happen. This aces are gifts here. And this is, swords can be about communication, or they can be about possibly something to protect you from yourself and your decisions. I do feel like this may be a protection thing. This may be the universe putting, it may be your person putting up this sword, wanting to protect the relationship here. I feel like for someone, that's what they did. They were making moves, and then this may be, too often in relationships, or you see this in the movies all the time, where you hear other people going through it, where your person works nonstop. They're working for a reason. They're working hard. It's not because they don't love you. It's not because they don't want to be at home. Some people it may be, but I feel like a lot of the times it's because they're trying to work hard on your future together. Work hard to get to where you don't have to struggle anymore, or whatever. And I do feel like this was the case. I'm going to put this, I feel like putting this right here. that the possibility that your person was working so hard because they were working on your future together because they love you that much. They love their situation. And you may have took it in a different light. You may have been like, they don't want to be home with me. They kept picking up extra hours when you didn't. You wanted to do things, and it had been a while since you've been able to go out or what have you. And it feels like you didn't understand that they were trying to solidify your future. They were trying to make it to get to that point where you could have children, and you could, you know, or just if you are older and I feel like both of you came from different relationships, and you may have began to feel like, you know, maybe they felt you weren't the one, but that wasn't the case. I feel like they were trying to protect you, but you couldn't see it for what it was. They were trying to protect what you had started to build together when this, whatever it was, occurred. 8 of Swords in the reverse. I'm going to put this right here. I feel like that, because it is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords in the upright is about keeping yourself from going down certain paths, or keeping yourself from being able to enjoy something that's going on, because you feel, it seems like communication for me, you know, because it is the Swords. I feel like this is a communication trap. Like, you couldn't talk to your person. You felt like you couldn't talk to your person. You couldn't express how you were feeling properly. I do feel like this was something that you, instead of relaying your true feelings to them, you may have said other things when they asked what was going on with you, what was wrong with you, and you said other things. In reality, if you would have came out in the open with them and told them what you're worried about, your worries and all that, they would have helped you get through that, and it would have nipped this in the butt here. It would have nipped all these negative feelings that started to happen. I do feel like it's in the reverse, because you've had your conversations. This I put this near the Strength card as well, and in the middle of this, because I feel like that is all interconnected. That's the changes that are beginning to occur at this time. Now you know what they were going through. You couldn't understand it at the time, but now you do. And there's been some hurtful things happen here, but I do feel like they still want to be there. They still, or they are going to come back in if they have left. Anything else here for Aquarius? All right, that's it for that. I am going to pull a few cards. Since we've talked mostly, it seems like almost all, totally about relationship, or about emotions and that, we're going to talk about your money. So let's ask a few questions here. I would like to know, for Aquarius, to show Aquarius what it is that they need to focus on in their money or career, with their finances, what may present itself to them here at this time, things that they need as well for Aquarius. The 6 of Swords coming up here again, this time in the upright. Very, very positive here. Getting something accomplished, getting to a goal, or seeing things panning out the way that they need to in your career, your finances. Finally getting a grip on where it is, what you want to do, how you want to do it, and having positive movement forward. And I look at the fact that they're here riding a horse. You get faster somewhere on a horse than you would on your own 2 feet. And that's what I feel like, this momentum going forward here in a positive direction. If you are trying to, I feel like someone may have like a Etsy store or a some kind of where you sell things, maybe things that you created yourself, or just trying to do the online store thing. I feel like there's some positive momentum getting noticed here. Knight of Wands. You've took a lot of time trying to figure out how to do what it is that you're doing for your income or your career. This could be someone going to school or trying to learn a new trade as well, because it feels like you're really into finding out some things about a situation. We have 3 cards here, so let's set that down. We have Justice, 6 of Pentacles, the World, and the Queen of Swords. Move these over here. This is in an energy together. This is one solid energy here for somebody. This can be, because we're talking about money, this can be a balance finally happening. Balance in that checkbook. A lot of people don't use checkbooks anymore, but balancing it out, having everything the way it needs to be, feeling confident in what you've accomplished and what you're doing financially here. I feel like possibly getting to the point of being able to buy property. Maybe you've been, it feels like you finally got, got everything evened out in your life. That's what it feels like. This also, to me, feels like a maybe a court decision, something in your favor here, because you got it here with the 6 of Pentacles, and that is definitely a positive sign. Look at you have the scales on both of these. I do feel like these are definitely, obviously it's all interconnected, but I feel like especially these two, I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles, I feel like this is something that you didn't necessarily earn. But that is given to you, and I feel like winning at some court case, if you're within the midst of something like that, that has to do with money, whether it be suing somebody for money, or it could have to do with a divorce and getting the money from it. I do feel like there's some kind of settlement here that you end up with in your pocket. You have the World. Whatever it is, it's enough to change things for you. Big changes coming with this money that comes in here. And then you have the Queen of Swords. Setting off on a new direction, knowing where I feel like you've already, if you've been waiting to see what the outcome of a court case was, or seeing what the outcome of a situation was, and it becomes very positive, and it creates big changes. I feel like this is something you already set plans on. You knew the direction you were going to go once you had all the cards on the table. Once you had all the cards on the table, so that you can, not your cards necessarily, but the cards that were blocked from your view. You know what I'm saying? Now that everything is out there, I think you had already made plans, if you got some kind of money, what you were going to do, and you are going to stick to it and stay on in that direction. Very positive. This is very positive right here. Whatever is going on, very, very positive in your favor. Nice. Okay, I'm going to pull a few cards here. I feel like there's some other energy, relationship energy, that needs to be told about, and it's besides that. This may be for somebody else. I do feel like it involves this 2 of Cups, though, here. Well, there we go. Oh, here's this Empress again. Wow. Remember I said this is a different energy here. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the 9 of Swords in the reverse, and the Empress in the reverse. The Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is an energy in the situation here. This is something, situation, whatever that happened within a relationship that it wasn't you didn't focus on it from what this feels. It was a relationship that you didn't think was going anywhere, so you didn't really stake claims into it. You didn't you didn't invest a lot of time into it. You didn't feel like it was going anywhere. Not thinking about it. When I see the Nine of Swords, you know, it's about stressful things you got your mind on, possibly losing sleep over it, that kind of thing. But I say losing sleep, but what I'm feeling is it's about things that you're focusing on that could be stressing you out, whatever, or not focusing on, being in the reverse. I feel like it wasn't a relationship you thought was going anywhere. It was something that it may be something where you thought it was, you know, a fling, you know. I do feel like this may be a male that I'm talking to over here. Because I do feel like someone, there may be a child that came from this that you don't know about. This may be a past event. This may be something that happened in the past, and this may come up. This may end up coming up here. This may be something, because I feel like it's not someone you planned on building with, not someone you had a focus on building with or whatever. You didn't think about them like that, or maybe you haven't thought about them in a very long time. It feels like maybe something you gave up at one point. You don't think about it anymore, but this has caused you to have a child somewhere that is not, that you don't know about. Just so you're aware. If this is an energy, I feel like I need to say that as well. If this is an energy, if you are a female, and remind you, this is about an unknown, something you created with somebody else that you're unaware of here, because it's relationship energy, someone you haven't thought about in a while. This may be a fling that was had, and if this is coming from a female point of view, you may have had with somebody you thought was going to be just a fling. You didn't think much about it at the time, but now you may be with child for that person, and you're dealing with that. And debating on whether to keep it or not. That feels, to each his own. I don't even go there, you know, with anybody's choice. It has nothing to do with me. Your choices are your choices to make. You know what I'm saying? I don't involve myself in any of that. Or feel any kind of way about what needs, you know, whatever you do, that's your life. You know, I don't want anybody imposing on my life. You know what I'm saying? So don't, I feel like, you know, everybody to each his own. I know I might get some slack over that, but at any rate, I feel like that's what this is going on over here. Something you didn't think, that wasn't supposed to be a relationship. Now you have this, something connected to that person. Wow, okay. I think that is it here. I think that's all I can get out of this. And I'm going back to this cleaning it up in the here and now, focusing on what's happening now. Don't worry about what happens. There's some acceptance for decisions you've made as well within this. All right, let's pull a grace card for you, Aquarius. Imagination. Life's difficulties are a call to consciousness, a grace-inspired event that challenges us to reach beyond limited thinking. And I jumped over here, so I'm going to imagine something beyond what's going on with you at this time. Imagine a new life, a different life. how it could be if you let it. All right, what else do we have here? Anything else for Aquarius at this time? Any other guidance or inspiration, possibly? I want to say inspiration for some reason. Something to inspire a decision. Whoa, okay. We have the root 4 of them. We have support. We have act. We have gift. And we have silence. Be still. A daily practice of silence bears gifts. A heightened sensitivity to beauty, deep inner peace, and a profound feeling of connectiveness to all things. I feel like needing to meditate, giving yourself, not necessarily just, meditate, but thinking about some things in a different light, thinking, going over things and sitting back and maybe not just declutter. I feel like decluttering, well, there you go, clean up, decluttering your mind, but I feel like there's some kind of gifts coming in here. Something is a gift, something that you didn't see as a gift before. It could be the situation over here as well. Act. Charge forward. When we combine action with unwavering faith, the power of grace will meet our needs. And support. Expect help. A divine power more magnificent than anything else that exists on the planet is ready to support our every move. I feel like needing to ask for help in the direction that you need to go in at this time. Wow. All right, Aquarius, that's it for this read. Please like, share, subscribe. Join my community here if you want to. Have a great week. I'll see you next video.